Hi, everyone. Dorothea Hendriks here, your coach in communication, public speaking, and presentation skills. I'm in the process of losing my voice, but we are going to move ahead with this video. And this video is all about handling the Q&A, regulations, rules for handling the Q&A. We've got 3 rules for the audience and 6 rules for the presenter. Although, let's call them guidelines. Guidelines sound so much better. So for the audience, the very first thing the audience needs to know is when can they ask questions? What are the guidelines here for them asking questions? Will the presenter be taking questions throughout the presentation? Or is there a specific time at the end of the talk, a question period where the audience will ask questions? So when can the audience ask questions? That's number one. Number two, how much time does the audience have? How much time will they have to ask their questions? 10 minutes, 5 minutes? Or what happens if for some unforeseen reason there is no time left to answer questions? What can the presenter do? What can they do? Where can they go to have their questions answered so that they leave feeling good about this presentation and you, the presenter? And number 3, you've got a big audience. So the rule here is 1 question per person until everyone has had their first question answered. And then if time permits, you can go back and take more questions. So those are 3 things for the audience. They need to know when they can ask questions, how much time there is to ask questions, and if there is a big audience, it's 1 question per person until you've made the first round. Now, for you, the presenter, it's time to take questions. You've finished your presentation. You're now in the official Q&A period, but nobody has any questions. Nothing is coming. Well, this is where you, being the professional and being prepared as the presenter, you know exactly what to do. You'll pull out a couple of questions that you have in your back pocket. Questions that maybe somebody's asked you before, or questions that you've thought of that you thought maybe the answers to this will really encourage the audience or help the audience in some way. So you pull these out of your pocket and answer them. This now gets the ball rolling and helps the audience build a comfort level in moving forward and bringing out their own questions. So that's number 1. Always have questions in your back pocket, as you know, as a rule for the presenter. Another rule for the presenter here is, that's number 2, avoid saying great. Avoid saying great question, good question. If you said that to the first 2 people who ask questions and then don't say it to the other 5 people or 10 people who've asked questions, what does that mean? Their questions weren't as good? These first questions were better? Or I've also heard presenters say, good question, great question, after every question. You know what this does? This smacks of insincerity. It smacks a bit of dishonesty because not every question could be a great question. So the best way to handle this is do not make a comment. Just take the question and answer it. Don't make a comment on the question, whether it's good or bad. Doesn't matter. Take the question, answer it. Number 3, when you're asked a question, repeat it or rephrase it in some way, so that the questioner can hear you say it. And that way you're going to make sure that you and the questioner are on the same page, and that the question you're answering is the question that the questioner asked. So repeat or paraphrase in some way. Number 4, if you don't know the answer to a question, say so. Fess up. Say so. There's no crime in letting people know that you don't have the answer, but you can get it for them. You can find it for them, and you will let them know. Unless you're Google or some automated machine, you probably don't have all the information at your fingertips, regardless of what an expert you are or the experience that you've had. We still are limited in the amount of information we can hold in our head. So if you don't know, say so. Number 5, when it comes to taking a question, look at the person who's asking Then you can pause a bit, rephrase, and then answer the question looking at everybody else in the room. And I'm going to say that's if you're speaking to people, real time, real live people sitting in front of you, make sure that you share that information with everyone. If you're on Zoom, of course, then you're just going to be looking through the camera lens. And the last question here in number 6, when you're closing, wrapping up, ending the Q&A session, do not end with thank you, thank you. You are asked to give a presentation for a particular reason on a particular topic at a particular time. Come back at the end of your presentation, come back to your message. Come back to the reason that you were asked to speak to this group at this time on this topic. Why was it? Because you had a special thing to say, a special message. So wrap up with your message, support your message, make sure that when you finish speaking, because the last thing that people usually hear is the thing they remember most. So make sure that what they remember the most is your message. Is your message. What do you want them to think? What do you want them to do? So they clearly understand that when they get up and they walk out the door. Until next time, this is Dorothea Hendriks wishing you mountains of success.